This video is yoga can cause a stroke, so be careful with yoga. By the way, I think yoga is totally stupid, okay? Why would you want to put your foot behind your head? Okay, how will that make your life better? All right, so here's just some article coming from the India Times. This is coming from India. This is not like one of my biased things against, saying India does stupid stuff. Their own newspaper, the India Times, says neurologist reveals 3 yoga poses that can cause a stroke. I had a friend who was a doctor, had a personal trainer, and his personal trainer was this real fit young guy in his 40s. And he started doing yoga, and he was proud of himself for putting his foot behind his head. Then he had a stroke. So I'm going to show you some of the reasons why that can cause a stroke. Now here is a sagittal MRI of the brain, a T1 sequence, meaning that fluid is dark. This is the cerebellar tonsils. This is the foramen magnum, the lower part of the clivus. And this is part of the occipital bone. This is called the bassion, the opistheon. You don't need to know all that, but that's the line dividing what is intracranial versus what is in the spinal canal. And the point is that some people have what is called a Chiari malformation, meaning that the cerebellar tonsils project below the foramen magnum. A lot of people actually have low-lying cerebellar tonsils, not quite a frank Chiari, more than 5 millimeters below this line, but about 3 millimeters below. I see that all the time. And so what I'm saying is they're at an increased risk if they're sticking their foot behind there, and you don't know if you have that or not. So why take a chance doing something crazy, okay? Trying to put your foot behind your head, that's insane. All right, now let me just show you another picture here. This is another variant. This is normal variance. Chiari is more common, and low-lying cerebellar tonsils are much more common than what I'm going to show you here. This is what's called a normal variant pica. Pica means posterior inferior cerebellar artery. See how they label it pica? It's from a journal article. And it can dip down into the foramen magnum. And if you, stick your foot behind your head, it can get pinched. So it's a rare cause of stroke, but this is what I think that trainer had. And, you don't ever need to put your foot behind your head. The only reason a man should ever step foot into a yoga classroom might be to meet women, because he'll probably be outnumbered about 20-1, which is pretty good odds for any guy. But I think this yoga stuff's kind of stupid. All right, anyway, so there you go. Don't let anybody manipulate your neck. I actually, chiropractor is not going to hurt you in your lower back, but I wouldn't let a chiropractor touch your neck. Those manipulations and stuff, they can cause a stroke. I've seen a bunch of strokes from that. So anyways, there it is. Normal variant, low-lying pica, dipping into the foramen magnum, putting the patient at increased risk for stroke.